Hi, good morning or good afternoon to the side of the world anyway. So my name is Tess. I am from Washington State, Department of Ecology. So I'm taking this exercise through tip of my heart. So I would like if you guys can do exercise number 2 of week 2 of 2, last Thursday, yesterday's exercise 2. This is a good exercise. I tried my best, but I don't know if I'm correct or not.
Okay, yeah, sure. We can go over that one. Just for the record, though, I have not attempted it myself yet, but that's good because maybe we'll just do it together. Sorry, let me just get situated. I'm not going to lie, I jumped on a second late and wasn't totally ready, but I think I have everything up now. Okay. Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Oh, this is week 2. Okay. So find the max ozone. Okay, so this is using the ozone samples demo. So I'm going to start a new script. Okay, so first we're going to, honestly, this is how I code. I pretty much always am referencing something I've written in the past. I don't know if we need data table, but I'm just going to load all of this. And then we're going to import the data. So we'll just call it ozone. Ozone samples. This is also slightly different than what Min does, or at least how she did this. I don't assign the document, like I don't make the document an object. I don't assign it as an object. I just assign the data frame. Like I basically do those 2 steps all in one. I know to some people that's like not best practice, but that's just how I do it. I feel like we can just run it and it'll come up. Yes, okay. So we are looking to find the max ozone in each month for site number 7554. So we're going to need to be definitely filtering, it sounds like, for only either filtering or just grouping by only that specific site or by site number. So I think how I would go about this, because there's a couple ways you can go about it, is I'll filter it out. So I'll just say ozone. So actually, Tess, where are you getting stuck? Or was it just this part? You weren't quite sure how to proceed?
So I actually did the exercise myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a result. So I found some results, but what I did is I called the file first and then read it using read_CSV and then filtered the data to the site number, and then used pipe operator to group by month, and then again used operator to summarize ozone max to say ozone max is equal to max of ozone of that file by removing NA or missing data values, and then I ended up getting some results. So, but I was not sure because earlier I also switched some steps out of those pipe operator connections, and then get some results. So I didn't get stuck, but I don't know what the final result is. Exactly,
oh, okay. Okay.
Clear.
Then why don't I'll stop sharing, and are you able to share your screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
that probably would be better than me just doing it.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, let me do this. Okay, hopefully can you see my screen now?
Yes.
So this is where I did my exercise. And so if I clean this here, let's see if I do this. Okay, so this is the result I got. So
I mean, that looks correct to me.
Okay.
So it's showing you the max value.
Right. So yeah, for every
for
month,
each month.
right?
Yeah. So I think you've got it. I mean, I can run through it really quick.
So yeah, if you see this script, I mean, let me see if I can make this a little bigger so you can see the whole.
Yeah.
So what happened is if I have to go in, shift enter, then this operator breaks and shows me a red line saying that it couldn't connect. I don't know if it would do that instead of making short, like what people would do something like this. Maybe it's going to do it now. See.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
let's see if I can run it again. Oh, actually it did. Okay.
Yeah, as long as you have the pipe operator at the end of each part and then you don't have it on that last one, because like you're done, the summarized line is the last one, then it should be able to, like, it should know to stop there and run all the lines. I did have to change someone's settings in RStudio. If it's when you have the pipe operator, if it's only running the first line, there's a way in your settings to fix that. But it looks like yours works. Sometimes
sounds good.
Sometimes you just need to rerun it and it works. I don't know.
Okay. Oh, that makes me an RScript guy already. That's really great. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. All right. So anyone else? Can you go? Can I go through it too? Okay, sure. I will share my screen and go through it too, just to show you guys, I guess, what I would do. So similar to how Tess had it set up, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to call this. So I loaded this data. That is basically the first part of exercise 2, is importing the ozone data. And then this is where we filter. Oh, wait. Yeah. By
site. Yeah. So what I did was site num, capital S site, and capital N. That's the identifier from the column.
Yeah, I'm going to do.
Oh, so you're going to do a different site. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to do by site also.
Right.
Site num.
Site num.
And then
group by month.
Yeah, I think that's capitalized.
Right. Capital M.
Yep. And then summarize.
max is equal to max of ozone is all capital. Is equal to T. So that ozone was all capital in the data. If you can check Jess from your data, that one is all capitalized.
The ozone?
The ozone.
Um,
I don't know if it matters or no, but
oh, the data. Yeah, it does matter.
Okay.
I'm definitely still a beginner too.
Just it's NARM equals T, not dash T.
Oh, I did put in equals. It's probably hard to see.
Oh yeah, it really looks like a dash on my screen. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
If it's hard to see, in the bottom left corner of your screen, kind of down where my name is, there should be like a plus sign, and you can zoom in on what you're viewing on my screen a little bit. I know that's like an issue. There's the equal signs are hard to see, even when there's a white background. I don't really know how to address that, but
that's fine.
Oh well. Okay. Ooh, I got an error.
So just as the first line filter, maybe that's ozone, then site num. No. So I think you are fine that the first is small letter ozone, yeah, like that. But
It's
with site, yeah, what I did is site nums equal to double equal sign, the code, the site numbers. Yeah, that's.
See, even I forget. Thank you.
So about
group
now.
by.
Oh, maybe group by ozone was not just month because of the pipe we used, right?
Right. Yes.
So now, so everything is like mine. How about now?
All right.
Now, so if we see ozone max 775, hopefully we should see the result. Okay. Now, mine
that looks the same.
Right. So, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Yes, thank you, Sebastian, for putting in the chat how you can zoom in. Any other questions? Or anything that, like, from any of the lectures that we've gone over that you need some clarification on?
I had a question on one of the exercises from week 2, session 1. And it was about the creating new air quality data showing the top 10 ozone days, but also arranging it.
Okay.
So you had to arrange and select certain columns.
So, okay.
I can share my screen because I have it pulled up.
Yeah, if you started working on it and you're at a stuck point, yeah, share your screen.
Okay. Please. I'm sorry. Give me a second while I figure that out.
Oh yeah, you're fine. Okay. So,
can you guys see it?
Yes. So actually, library Tidyverse instead of Reader, because Tidyverse is basically a package that has a bunch of packages in it, including Reader. So you just want to make sure, because I don't know if Reader has like all of these, honestly. I just always library Tidyverse, and that has ggplot, it has Reader, it has dplyr, it has all those other packages. So definitely Tidyverse is when you're going to be loading every time you start a new project for the most part. If you're going to be cleaning or organizing any data, just go right ahead and load Tidyverse at the beginning.
Okay.
Oh, good notes.
So most of these I got to like run okay. It was just this one I couldn't figure out how to set it up.
Okay.
Like this one, right? The create new air quality data frame.
Okay.
Why put something to me?
Sebastian, I'm just going to mute you. Sorry. I think you were off mute. So, okay. So when we're creating a new data frame, the first step we're going to do is, it's okay, Sebastian, you can like make a name for it. So you can call it, so this is with the air quality data set actually, the one that's already on R. There's a bunch of other data sets that are already like they come with RStudio. The air quality is one of them, and there's like a bunch of others which are good for like practicing. But so this step is creating a new air quality data frame showing top ozone days with month, day, and ozone columns. Oh, but you're doing the first part. Okay, sorry. So arrange by ozone and temperature. So it looks like you have, okay, I don't think you need, okay, so that's line 13 is your line for that first exercise, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that one I was able to figure out, like you can't arrange by more than one.
Yeah, and that was the point of that exercise, I think, to kind of show you that it doesn't really work. So the second one is where,
Yeah, I got hung up
Okay.
on how to set this up, how to do
okay,
a select and arrange.
okay. So it's actually not with that ozone samples data set. So first, what I would do is create like a name for this. So maybe start on a new line, or you can just delete line 17. And give it a name. So you can call it like air quality new or something, or air quality 10. Just name it something that's not air quality. You can call it underscore new or whatever.
It's
And
called
then,
top 10.
so then you're going to do your assignment arrow. That's what I call it. The less than, yes, that one. And so if you're looking at, oh, wait. This is with the ozone data. Well, that's fine. So you're gonna, so to only show those days, we're gonna do arrange. And then hold on, sorry. Showing top 10 ozone days. Okay, so since it's gonna be top 10 ozone days with month and day, I would say first, actually don't do arrange, do select. This is where you kind of have to figure out the order that you're going in. So I would do select, and then you're gonna put the name of your data frame, which is, it looks like it's ozone samples demo, comma. And then you're gonna put, so actually, I think what you need to do is after the comma, do I could be wrong. I feel like I need to do this first and then I can walk you through it, but try like C open parentheses, because you need to do several of them and do ozone month and day within that. And then pipe operator after those two. And then next line, you could do, I think you can probably just do, oh, no. Okay. Then do arrange. By ozone, because you want to know the top 10 days of the top 10 ozone days. So we need to have it in the order. I think we need it in descending order. Yeah. So do another parenthesis, not a comma. And then you got to have another one at the end. Okay. And then another pipe operator. Oh, you need a pipe operator. Cool. And then just try. Oh, Renil, you can interrupt.
Jesse, when you do the arrange, you're not arranging it by month anymore. It's just going to give you the descending order and not respect the month. What I understood from the question was that you want the top 10 of each month, right?
Oh.
Isn't that what you want?
Oh.
Or is it the top 10 for the whole data set?
Okay, that's a great question. So Min wrote this, so I'm not quite sure what she wanted you to do. Top 10, I just create a new air quality data frame showing top 10 ozone days with month, day, and ozone columns. So I read that as like the top 10 of the whole thing, not per month, but like I could be wrong.
I think it's that one because it's the one you're doing, Jess.
Yeah, that's how I interpreted it.
In that case, you're probably right. Then what you're doing should work. I don't know that you need a pipe operator at the end. You're done.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Then maybe
you could select the first 10 rows, but actually that doesn't matter.
I was gonna have her then do like head, but that head and then 10.
Yeah.
But
yes.
It's probably not.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, you could do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Pipe that into a head 10 and you're done.
Yeah. Okay. So Taylor, go ahead and write head. HEAD, open parenthesis, 10. 1, 0.
Okay. Okay.
And then go ahead and run that whole little chunk and see what happens. Did you?
I don't know what happened.
It looks like
maybe because I didn't load it.
No, yeah, you need to run
this line 4, I think.
Yeah. And yeah.
Okay.
And then now try doing it. Ooh, okay. Air quality, then click on air quality new in your global environment.
This one?
Oh, wait.
So Jesse, I thought the exercise. I think Liz tried to do that in a last second. I asked her to help us show us, but it was so quick that I couldn't follow her. But the data we used was the air quality data. It's not the demo that
it is actually
here. Yeah,
it is actually the ozone data.
The air quality ozone data. That was part of the data installation we did when you guys gave us all this stuff. So we just called air quality as select and arrange air quality ozone top 10 and then head. So it gives you a certain result. But what happens in my case is it doesn't give me month, day ozone. Instead, it gives me ozone, month, day column.
Okay, so it actually isn't using the air quality data set. It's using the ozone samples data set.
Okay.
I thought it was using the air quality data set because she wrote it like that in the exercise, but then I realized it's still with this ozone data, I think. But she like just called it air quality, so I think that's where it got a little confusing for me at least. But it does seem like this is using the ozone samples demo file.
Well, in line 17, if you remove month and day then you will see just the ozone. You won't see the.
Yeah, I think for this example, you use the base air quality data frame, not the data that Min provided. But it's the same concept. You just change ozone samples demo to air quality. If you want it, you can even do that.
The question was copy and paste. Yeah. So this question actually, I think both exercises were for using the ozone samples demo data set based on the questions it asks. But to be honest, it doesn't. If you use, I don't know if the air quality data set has, if like the, column labels are the same or anything. So it doesn't matter in a sense of like what data you're working with. I guess it just matters in terms of like what data is in those two data sets. But it's basically, as long as you get like what it is you're doing, it's okay. Taylor, can you actually don't click on the little arrow next to air quality new in your global environment? Just click like the name of it. Okay, cool. So when you do that, that's how you can view. That's another way of basically viewing the data. Instead of typing view open parenthesis, I'll just like click on it to look at it. Just so everyone knows. Did that help you, Taylor?
Yeah, that helped a lot.
Okay, cool. Oh, I kind of want to show, does anyone have another question? Actually, before, because I have like a cool thing I want to show you guys that I only learned recently and has changed my life. Taylor, can you stop sharing for a sec? Thank you. Okay, let me share my screen. So not that this is like something that is really an issue for anyone just yet, but sometimes when you have all these parentheses, and I know the pipe operator kind of helps reduce the parentheses issue, but sometimes when you have a lot of parentheses, you're kind of like, oh, did I put the right amount of parentheses? Did I not? And it's kind of hard to tell. And I don't know if you guys can tell, it's probably hard to see, but these two parentheses are slightly different colors. They're not white like the rest of my text. And that's because there's a way you can change it. If you go to your global options, kind of where you're able to change the background, and then go to code, and then display. Yes. So go into your global environment and then code and display. And if you go down here under syntax, there's something called use rainbow parentheses. If you click that box, click apply, and then click OK, it'll give you these rainbow parentheses so you can see they're like color coded. And then you'll know like, oh, I have all my red parentheses, all my orange parentheses and whatever. So just a fun little trick that I learned recently that has helped me a lot. Ooh, Rodney, you didn't know about that. Life-changing, right?
How do you get the black background?
Okay, go to tools and your global options again. And then go to Appearance, and then you can choose any one of these. I like the Vibrant ink with the black background. They say it's easier on your eyes, but I don't know. I just also think it looks cool. But there's a lot of different ones you can pick from, and they have like an example here so you can see, everyone has like their own favorite, So this is Vibrant ink is mine.
Cool, thanks. It is easier on the eyes.
Yeah. Ooh, Solarized Dark. It's a good one. Unfortunately, those are the only little tricks that I have. I only just learned about rainbow parentheses like last year, and it blew my mind. Any other questions about the lecture or exercises or anything y'all want me to go over?
Is there any other way to rename the new projects or find where to put it with your other projects without doing like a complete search?
So yeah, honestly, the way Min had you guys start is not usually how I start a lot of our projects. And the best way, at least that I've learned, is to just make a new R project. So say I'm like opening R for the first time, I would create a new project. And actually, let me show you. Oh God. Don't know how that happened. So in my file explorer, when you create a new R project, it'll basically, I'll just show you. So you go to File, New Project. Okay, don't save. So now it's gonna like completely reopen R. So you would do New Directory. So this is like if you're creating like a new place to save everything. If you have an existing one, you can put a project in an already existing directory, but whenever I'm just starting a new project, I just create a new directory. So this is when you can, pick somewhere to save it. So mine's currently in my OneDrive. I have this folder called Summer 2024 Training, and you would just call it, whatever. I'm just not, and then you would click create. But I already have one. So it basically looks like this in your folders. And so when you create a project, you're basically going to be naming the folder when you create the name, and your folder and your project are going to have the same name. And anything that you need to use, like CSV files or anything, you put it all in this spot. And that's how R will know to do this every time. So that way, say you close out of this and you're like, okay, I'm done for the day, and then you want to open everything back up, you could just go navigate to this, like the little symbol where R is in a little cube, and you just double click that, and that opens your whole project. That opens R, it opened somewhere else. It opened in my other window. So it'll just open your whole project, and it'll open like whatever script files you last had open, everything. And then you'll see in your bottom left corner, this is like your current working environment, because this is where your project is. And you can tell when you're working in a project, if you look in the upper right-hand corner, it'll show like the name of the project you're working within. Does that help?
That's good to know too. But is there a way, if you've already opened R, you're like trying to get back to the same project you were working on and you can't remember where you put the project? Like, is there a way to like click files to tell you where it's located, the file path?
Get WD.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
If you,
So you mean,
Yeah.
but Melody, you said you couldn't find, like you don't have the script file open, like you can't find it.
Well, I don't know that I'm exactly asking the right question.
Okay.
Just so when we went through it with Men and we saved all of our files. And those show up on the bottom right-hand quadrant there.
Mm-hmm.
And so I see that those files are there, but where are those files located? Is there a way with right there to tell me where those files are?
Right here. And if you need more room, you can just click and drag it.
Jess, you can click the next to the R project icon. If you click the 3 dots down there now.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You see,
here.
Yes, click on that. You see it takes you to the folder where it's stored.
Okay.
So you can look at that too. And then if you highlight where it says R Summer 24, if you just hover over it.
Oh, you mean?
Yeah, X out of that and then hover over on the top right below.
Oh, yeah.
It'll show you the file location. And then another way is if you go into File on the left, top left, and then you go to Recent Files.
Okay.
You can click that, and it'll show you even the file, like the data files you opened and things like that.
And
so
then
that's some ways. And then if you highlight over recent projects too, you can see the recent projects you open, and then open it. So if you just open it and you didn't open a project, you can do that to open it without needing to like go through the files. But generally, you should always make a new folder when you do a project and never put 2 projects in the same folder because they'll conflict.
Yeah. When I saw that was an option, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, don't do that because you'll have errors when you're modifying things.
Yeah.
But it always makes a new folder when you make a new project. So it's not like you have to think about it. It's just you don't want to remove it manually.
Yeah, like you don't even need to create like a new folder. I mean, unless you like want to in your like file explorer. If you just like create an R project, it's like smart and knows to also just like make a folder in wherever you saved it. So that's why I have a folder called Summer 2024 Training, and the project is also called that. It's like they make the folder with the project. So R does it for you. It's kind of nice. But yeah, I hope that helps, Melody.
Yeah, that was great. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm so glad the other TAs are here because like all of us know something that the other doesn't, and it's great.
Yeah, just another basic question. Like, why do I have to install these libraries every single time? And how do I know which libraries to use?
Okay, so there's 2 things you do with packages. There's install packages where we gotta install it, which you only need to run the install packages line like the first time you ever download R, or if you updated R or RStudio, sometimes you'll have to reinstall. But generally, you only have to do this once, and once it's installed, it's like in R. But they're not always loaded automatically. In fact, most of them aren't, other than like the base ones it comes with. So that's why you have to always tell it like load this package. I know it's annoying, but I think that's just how it works, because there's just so many packages available, and R already comes with so many, and people create packages. Like it's because R is open source. There's just so much out there. So you just have to load them every time if you want to use them. I don't really have a better answer than that.
Like on your phone, you don't have all your apps open at once. So when you so it's like if you're rebooting your phone every time and then you open only what you need. So that's kind of, you only specify what you need. And every time you close the program, it shuts off all the apps, so to speak. So just think of it kind of that way.
Right. And you have to be really familiar with R and what you're doing to know which library you're supposed to be using.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and like some of them, I mean, I'm limited, like I only use what I know, you know? So like I pretty much am only loading like Tidyverse, or sometimes when I don't know how to do something and I'm Googling it or asking ChatGPT, it'll tell you you need a package. It'll say, oh, there's a package that is a way to do this, that has a function that does this for you. So then I'll know I have to install that package. But otherwise, I don't know unless I know I'm using specific functions that are within Tidyverse. Like for example, if I need to use any of the like arrange, select, summarize, etc., I know those are all in Tidyverse. And then Janitor has the clean names one. So that's how you would know. Also, read CSV is within Tidyverse. So I guess it's just a matter of knowing like what you're going to be doing to the data. But like I said, if you're going to be organizing or cleaning data in any way, you're going to want to just right off the bat load Tidyverse because you're going to need it. Renil, please jump in.
So generally, it's a good practice to only load the packages that you know you're going to use, but there is no harm in loading more packages, even if you don't end up using them. So if you're not quite sure which ones you're using, because some of these functions, like the read_CSV, comes from Tidyverse, but I'm pretty sure there are a couple other packages that use the same function call to do the same thing. In fact, base R, if you didn't load Tidyverse, the way to load that would be read.csv. That's base R. You don't need a package to read a CSV file. So, you know, depending on how you want to do it. But like I said, there's no harm in loading too many packages, but the best practice is to load the ones, only the ones that you need. Now, if you wanted to call a package or use a function in a package that you haven't loaded, there is a trick to it. But I mean, we can get into that if necessary. I can maybe type it in the chat. But yeah, for the most part, you know, stick with just the ones that you need.
Okay. And so for, you know, these projects, I mean, on average, you're going to be at least using 3 of these packages.
Yeah.
Do some projects go to 4, 5, 6, 7? I mean, how many are there?
There could be hundreds.
Thousands. There's so many.
But generally for what we're due in these kinds of trainings, it's like only 3 or 4. I wouldn't expect
And where would I
level
find information? Yeah. Okay. Where would I find information kind of telling me about the packages and what they do? Do I have to get some
do, if you're never sure what a function does, you can do question mark functions. So I guess, Jess, if you can do like question mark read CSV or Tidyverse. Yeah.
Okay. It's because I didn't. It's because I didn't.
And that will tell you a function. There's also, if you go, I think,
and it'll pop up in here
for our packages, and you can always Google some function. And yeah, I'll put it in the chat.
I was just about to say, Google is your friend.
Yeah.
Learning coding. Like I'm self-taught. I mean, it kind of feels like everyone is self-taught in a way. Like I never took a class on this. I've done trainings here and there. And also when I attempted grad school, they were just like, figure it out. And so I Googled a lot and used Stack Overflow endlessly. So, and because R is open source, like I said earlier, there's so many resources out there that go through a lot of this.
Okay.
But
okay, that's good. Yeah, that's good.
Generally, you will look up, like if you're trying to do something and you're like, how do I read in CSV files? And then you'll find information and someone will probably recommend a package to use. So they'll say like, oh, use Tidyverse. And then you can look up Tidyverse R package, and then it'll take you to the page. And generally they have instructions how to install, which is normally just do install packages, the name of the package. So it's it's simple in that regard. But generally speaking, I would say you don't do this too often because generally speaking, most projects like to use very common packages so that everyone is very consistent. So that's very helpful.
Yeah, okay, good. And I just have one more question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yesterday we were filtering and I got a little bit lost. And so when you filter, is that data now not going to be in anything moving forward? Do I have to unfilter it? Is there a way to just start over and unfilter it? How does that work? Like say I filtered out, you know, ozone or something, and now I'm just stuck with month, day, and city, you know, or something like that, you know.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to get my dual screen thing back up again. Okay. Yes, with filter. Any of my TAs that are here that know the answer off the bat, please feel free.
Yeah, I can jump in here. So, I mean, unless you overwrote the original variable, like ozone, for instance, if you reassigned ozone with the filtered values,
yeah,
then there's no reason to unfilter it because the original variable will still remain, you know, pre-filter.
right. So let me run. So I'll use what I have here as an example, Melody.
Yeah, I just got to a point in the code where I missed a few steps. I was kind of dealing with something else. And so when I did the rest of the steps, I didn't have all the data.
Right. Yeah, you don't want to overwrite the variable. If you've done that, there's no recovering it. You'll have to reload and start again.
Okay, and to reload is to put in air quality underscore new.
No, line 15 again. Just
Yeah,
reread
so
the CSV file.
Say I named this ozone also, and like it created this whole thing. Okay, here, I'll just do it to show you so you can see. All right, so we have the regular ozone with everything, right? And then let's say I do it again and I filter. So now it's overwritten this and there's only this, but I actually want to undo it. I'll just rerun line 15 again.
So meaning you hit Control Enter at the end of line 15?
Yes. You can hit Control Enter anywhere in the line. You don't have to be at the end.
Right. I kind of figured that out.
Okay. Okay, good. I just wanted to let everyone know. But yeah, I would just, rerun it. And that's why generally it's good practice to rename stuff. So that way that doesn't happen.
Because they say you can read your code, you know, from top to bottom, but if you go back in and you rerun a line, how do you know you did that?
This is where
full data set again.
Yeah, so this is where the notes come in, probably pretty handy. Like that, this is where I would write like, so even like if I'm coding myself, like for me, I would probably like write a lot more like than what I have here. So I'll say this filters data or item number, groups data by month, shows daily, or sorry, monthly max. And then I would even like right here, you know, run to show result. I don't know, like my notes get really so specific so that I never forget anything. Or if I forget, I can just read what I wrote and then I'll know what they do. Like, does that answer your question? Like, if you know you're going to be changing up, like I would say in any instance, right, where you're kind of changing up an original data set, I just think like how we read in ozone and then you're continuing on, like I would say like as you go through your like data tidying, it's just good practice to always assign it to a new name just in case, like, especially when you're just kind of experimenting and you're not quite sure what you're doing with the data yet. That way you don't have to keep running line 15, but you kind of will come up with your own way of like doing it, like as you start working with data yourself in R.
I think it'd be good, I think, in one of these sessions to see like the final product as well. Like, okay, you ran this code, you rearranged the data exactly how you wanted. Now what does that look like in that final spreadsheet? You know, and then, oh, you see your spreadsheet. Oh, I missed, you know, this column. I wanted this in here. I wanted it ascending, descending or something. You know, see that in one of these examples, how you get the final product.
Okay. Do you mean like
either, I guess, if it's a CVS file or even like, you know,
okay,
put it into Excel or something.
Okay. So I think we're definitely getting to I think a point in the training soon where we're going to be writing CSV files.
Oh,
so I think that is coming, but I hear what you mean. For me, I usually you can write out view parentheses, whatever, but I'll just click on, if you just click on the object in your global environment, not the little arrow, but just click the name, it'll open up. It basically does view, like you can see down here, R just ran view ozone, because that's basically what I'm doing by clicking. And this is like a way to look at the like data tables. And you can even open a couple. So you can even open both and compare them.
Oh, okay.
If you like need, because I agree, you kind of need that while you're working to make sure it did the right thing.
Right, or it looks the way you wanted it to look, yeah.
Yeah, so I usually go, while I'm working, I'll view the data like this personally, and that kind of helps. And it's annoying, you got to drag it all the way down, and if there's more columns you sometimes have to like slide over even more. It's kind of annoying, but you kind of don't need the whole data set to know that it did it right. So this is good
too
enough.
You include code specifically to check, like you would print only the column names or print the first value of a column or something to make sure it actually changed. So sometimes you include that in your code too, for you, so you can check.
Yeah,
so that's something we'll probably discuss.
A glimpse function.
Yeah, so I actually never saw Glimpse before. That's so cool. I used to just use STR, which is structure. It's just another way to like get a quick view, so I can show you really quick again. If I'll do it up here. Glimpse, ozone, and I'll also do STR ozone just so you can see how they're different. Because I've never heard of Glimpse before. So that's why Liz was having us run Glimpse a lot, because then you can take a peek at what the data looks. It gives you all the information. It gives you how many rows, columns, what type of data is in each variable. So you can see it in Cite, it's all character. And then these are all like values. Whereas structure, kind of similar. It shows you like how many values, and it starts to show, it's just kind of a different way of showing you what the data set looks like. So you can even put view in this if like you want it in your code instead of just clicking. Like some people don't like doing any like manual clicking. They want everything to be written code. It's just like a personal preference thing. So you can put view ozone like in the middle of your code if that's a step you want to have throughout your code instead of like clicking and looking. You know what I mean?
So when you put that in your code and you hit Control Enter, it generates that tab at the top.
Okay. Yeah, I can show you. So, and it just opens the window. Yeah. So you can do that as well if you want to have like a written down. Because at the end of the day, and you probably hear us say this like a million times, like once you start actually working in R and you have data to work with in R, you will come up with your own like style. If Glimpse is not working for you, you probably don't have the right package loaded. I don't know where Glimpse is, like what package it's in. Let me see.
Yeah, Glimpse was working for me.
Oh, it should be in your dplyr library. Yeah, if you make sure you load Tidyverse, and that should have Glimpse. Okay. Is that help, Melody?
Yeah, tons.
Okay. Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure I have loaded all the packages. Yagna, do you want to share your screen really quick? And maybe usually it's easier for us to help you when we can see your screen. Oh, it looks like ozone isn't found. Okay. So you have ozone in line 11 with a capital O. So you just need to make sure when you run so see in line 11, you named the read CSV ozone with a capital O. So when you
that's why. Okay.
I know, guys, this is what learning how to code is. It's a lot of scrutinizing your own typing and making sure that you typed everything out right. Yeah, no problem.
I don't know why it's not working. Okay.
I know. Yeah, no problem. Listen, I can write out a code and I'll look at it and it'll still have errors. I could look at it a million times. It's just like, it's what happens. So you start to get an eye for your own errors. So don't worry, you'll start to pick it up. But we're right at 2:00. So any last questions before we end this office hours? If not, then you guys can go and have a great weekend.
Thank you for your help.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you so very much, guys. Thank you, Jess. Wow.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we have learned a lot. Every day of every hour you guys spend on us, it means a lot to us. Thank you again. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I know. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Jess.
Appreciate it.
Bye, everyone.
Everybody.
Bye.